I know I mentioned this in the discussion group, but I actually did experience grief in the past, and I would consider it as unhealthy. Um, the first grief I've had was with my aunt, and that was in 2010, and I really love her and everything, and she was very special to me. I left Mexico when I was probably like 5 years old, so it was a while since in 1999. So it's been forever that I seen her, but we always used to talk on the phone and catch up and everything. And she had cancer, and I remember she was doing really well. And one day when I came from school, high school, my aunt called me from Wisconsin and told me that she passed away. I was in denial. I didn't believe it, and I still denied it. And I remember I told my aunt that it's not true because I had just spoken to her the day before, and it was impossible for her to just like die out of nowhere. And I denied it very much. And I remember I went to bed that night, that day that she passed away. And I had a dream about her that she came and she hugged me and she's like, "Hey, Nestle." She's like, "How you been?" And she was like really happy. And it felt so real, my dream. And I remember the next day I woke up and I was like, okay, so she's alive. It's not true. And the time when I woke up, I remember I saw candles and a picture of hers because my family and everything being Catholic, we believe that we need to light up candles. We believe that we need to pray for the dead, and because if not, that their souls is just wandering around here on earth and stuff. So you need to pray for them so they can make it up in heaven. That's what it's told. So I remember I saw her picture and I saw her her candles. Bria, leave that alone. So yeah, I forgot where I left off, but I think I remember I saw candles and her picture, and I was crying because I found out that she was still not here, and for a while I just grieved and cried and cried and cried. It took me forever to just get through it. And the following year, my grandpa passed away also from brain cancer, from brain cancer. He had cancer in his brain, and he was remembering stuff, and that was unexpected also. He passed away, and I really don't remember much of my grandpa, so that one was kind of I even remember my all my cousins and stuff, us speaking with each other, talking with each other, and we didn't really feel the pain that we should, I guess, because we really didn't know him. We don't remember much of him. So with that grief, it was just kind of easy to get through it. Yeah, we had a few tears here when we woke up and we found out he passed away. But we um we really got through it with each other. We helped each other. I guess it's just I don't want to say it's nothing happened, but it was just easier just because we really didn't know him that much, and I really didn't speak with him on the phone that much, and so it was an easier grief to get through. Now, later on, that was those kind of griefs. It's like I wasn't really there, so I didn't experience. I really wasn't around them, and it was far away. They were in Mexico where they passed away. Now, when I was dating my husband. My mother-in-law had lung cancer, and I only knew her for like 6 months. And I really got attached to her. She was really like a real mother to me. She was very helpful. She was very caring, and in those few months, she was able to show me the love that I never experienced. And the love I didn't experience as a mother, and she helped me through a lot, and she really like we really spent time together those few months. So with her I really got really attached. She would actually I've always been like a shy person and very shy, very I don't like really talking a lot, and my shyness get through me. So she was the one that really would call me, say, "Hey, come downstairs, let's watch TV." She would make me breakfast. So I mean, with her, it was really like I really love her, and I remember like she always told me that she wanted like she was like the one that kind of like pushed me like, hey, marry my son. You would be a good wife for my son, and I would be like, okay, it's too soon for this. Like I don't know why she keeps mentioning that, but it took me a while to think about it. Like I feel like she really wanted to push that wedding, that marriage, because I feel like she kind of knew she had to leave soon, and the day she got sick and she ended up in the hospital. Me and my husband took her, and we thought it wasn't gonna be like a stay in. Like we thought she was just like kind of sick, she got a cold or something. But it turned out that she had to be there for like a week, and it turned out that she was really sick and her time was already coming. The doctors told us. So my husband, we were already engaged because he told me to marry him, but so he's like, you know what? Let's like it's up to you, but do you want to marry me? Because I would love my mom to see it. And I ended up marrying him, and I do love my husband and everything. But it just recently, I just found out with Prophet Ashley that me and my husband we got married through grief. Me and my husband didn't know each other that much. It was just like we were only dating for like a year, so a few months actually, and we just got married right away. And we did it through grief. I mean, I love my husband. I'm not saying I don't, but it was just like grief marriage. And now when my mother-in-law, she was the first person I got to see that passed away. She was the first person I experienced the funeral. She was the first person I experienced everything. So I was in shock with my mother-in-law. And with my I felt like I didn't grieve as much as I should, just because I felt like I had to be there for my husband. I was a new person experiencing grief. I was a new person experiencing marriage. So I was new in marriage. I was new in being a wife, and I just felt like I shouldn't have grieved because I should have been there for my husband. And when my husband wasn't around, that's when I would cry. So I never got over my mother-in-law's grief, and I noticed that because I was still lighting candles for her. I was still speaking to her, thinking that she was there. I was still asking her, praying to her for guidance. I was praying to her. And her I was speaking to her pictures, so all of that. And I never got over with it until I started after my deliverance, I guess, because I even did a medium readings. I wanted to see her, I wanted to speak to her. So I recently just got through that. So I want to say she passed away in 2017, and now it's 2020. So recently, just now, I stopped grieving her. And just recently, a couple weeks ago, I lost a family member too, like a loved one. And with this kind of grief, I feel like it was different just because I actually reached out for help. I didn't keep it inside. With this grief, I actually had people that actually prayed for me. And I think even though I felt blame, I blame myself. I felt guilt, just like as I felt with my mother-in-law. Um, just because I felt like I didn't do stuff more with my mother-in-law, I should have been there for her. I knew she was sick and I was too shy. I blame myself for my mother-in-law. So I was going through the same guilt, the same it's my fault, everything, blaming myself with this grief. And but this time, instead of, it was different because I'm not used to this type. I'm used to lighting up candles. I'm used to doing the prayers, the rituals, and everything. So this time, it was a change. It was different, and it was kind of hard. I don't want to say. I guess I wasn't so. I thought about like I should be there with my family, praying for him and lighting up candles. So it was different, but I feel like I'm not alone because now I actually been praying for it. I do pick up times, and I'm like, oh, like he still should have been here. I should have still seen him. I can't believe he's not here yet. I still think about him at times, and I think that's okay. It's okay to not always wake up crying because what I've learned from the reading, from the assignments, that we all grieve in many different ways, and we all grieve. We get through it in different times. So some people will actually get through their grief, their crying sooner than others. So this time it was a different experience than my past. And this time I did cry when he passed away. I did. I remember just a few weeks ago when I found out he passed away. I was in shock still. And I don't want to say, I think the day before, I cried a bit, actually. I actually just cried, but not as much as I did in the past. And I still think about him. Oh, man. So I think it was actually kind of different, and I'm actually happy that I had people that prayed for me. I'm actually happy that this time I reached out for help, and I'm happy that I was able to speak to someone such as my family, Kingdom My Hand, and my husband. And I'm actually happy that I prayed instead of doing lighting up candles, praying to the dead, praying to the idols. I actually spoke with God, and I told God, like tell him I said rest in peace, that we miss him, and I actually been praying for my family. So it was actually easier to go through this path, and I think in the future, if someone needs my help, if someone's going through a hard time, I'll actually do the same for them. As a new person in Christ, as I'm new in all of this, I don't have much experience. I feel like if I had to go through it again, which I pray and I hope I don't have to, I'm not really good at it right now. What I've been thinking is like me and this cousin, we weren't really so close, so I really didn't see him that much. So this is why I also think it was kind of I don't know if the right word is to say it's easier, but I feel like if I actually lost someone that was really super close to me, someone that I really really love, I would have a really hard time, like a super hard time going through that. And I really don't know my future. All I can say right now, the plans that I have for my future to help others is to speak with them, to guide them, and to help them, check on them, pray for them. So that's what I would do. And as a personal assist to those that have experienced grief, or to help them heal and help them have wholeness in their lives and of others. So I would guide them. I would talk with them. As a counselor that I want to do in the future, um, that would be my job, actually, just guiding them, helping them, talking about it, because it helps a lot, and just helping them get through that. That's what I did, actually. That's what actually helped me too, because when my mother-in-law passed away, I was going through counseling. I was going for sexual assault counseling, and my counselor was there to help me. My counselor was there to speak to me, to talk to me, to find ways that could help me with my pain. Although her guidance wasn't, I want to say now that I think about it, her guidance was actually that also to talk to her, even though my mother was dead. Like, she's dead, she's not here no more. So she told me that I should actually grab a picture and speak to her and call for her. So now that I think about it, that wasn't the correct answer, but my answer would not be that for sure. So I would find other ways to help the person in the future that's going through something that's as such as her losing somebody, or even as losing a job, or just ending a relationship. So that's different ways that we grieve also. That's what I learned in the assignment. So any type of grief that they're going through, I think I would just guide them and help them get through it. And as me as a Christian, I would just pray for them, because everyone needs prayers, and we could get through everything with Christ. So that's what I would do.